Okay, boys and girls, on this video, we're still working on Chapter 8 review. And this one, we are focusing on types of lines. And there's 3 types of lines that we learned about in this. The first type is this one. Call it out as you realize what it is. What type of lines are these? Yeah, they're parallel because if I drew them out forever, they would never touch. So, these are parallel lines. And you can see there's a pair of parallel lines in parallel to help you remember. These lines, like I said before, will never touch. Okay, like I did before, we drew them out forever and ever and ever, and they never touched. The next pair of lines is this. Call it out as soon as you recognize it. What type of line is this? You're right, it's perpendicular lines. We know they're perpendicular lines because of this. That shows us that it created a 90-degree angle. Perpendicular lines will always create these 90-degree angles. Okay, the last pair of lines that I'm going to draw, call out the name when you recognize them. You might be able to use your deductive skills to figure out what it is. What type of line is this? You're right, these are intersecting lines. Intersecting lines touch and create acute and obtuse angles. You can see the acute angles right here, and you can see the obtuse angles right there. Okay? So, when we have lines, you can either have the following. You can have parallel lines that will never touch. You could have perpendicular lines that create 90-degree angles, okay? Or you could have intersecting lines that create acute and obtuse angles. And I'm going to write the names by each. Parallel, perpendicular, and then intersecting. If you'd like to, you can pause the video, copy this down. You're going to need to know these for the next part that we do in this video. Okay, so boys and girls, we are now looking at this problem. It's asking which lines are perpendicular to EF. We know perpendicular creates a 90-degree angle. So let's look at lines BA and EF. did they create where they touched perpendicular lines? No, they didn't. So it's not that one. Okay, let's look at IJ and EF. Now, right now, they're not even touching. Do you think they're going to touch eventually if I kept drawing this out? Yeah, they would. Are they going to do perpendicular or intersecting, though? Yeah, they would create intersecting lines, so nope, that one's not going to work. Okay, let's look at GH. And we're still looking at EF. Is that one going to work? No, if we extended those on and on and on, it would create parallel lines. So no, that's not going to work. So we're left with, EF and CD. Look, it even had the box right here. So you can tell that it created perpendicular lines. So that one would be the right answer. Okay, this next question is asking which ones are parallel to EF. I know parallel is never going to touch. So if I look, I have EF right here. I'm going to first look at AB. Were those parallel? No, they touched right there, so automatically that cancels that one out. What about CD? Nope, it touched right here, so it can't be that one. What about HG? I think that one could possibly be it, but I'm going to check IG just in case. Okay? Or not not IG, IJ, sorry. I confused myself. IJ. Well, right now they're not touching, but if I extended these out forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever, would they touch eventually? Yeah, they would, because this one's slanted. So you can tell it's going to slant right into it. So no, IJ would not work. So HG was my best option. Okay, now look at this one. It's asking which sides are parallel. So let's look at it. This first one, I have MN and PM. So if you look, this one right here is MN. This one right here is PM. Were they parallel or did they touch? They touched, so automatically can't be parallel. What about PO and NO? So PO would be this line and NO would be right here. Did they touch? Yeah, they did, so it can't be that. Okay, let's check this next one. Okay, we have MN and PO. Did they touch? No, and if I extended them out forever and ever, they don't seem like they're going to touch. So this one could be a possibility. Now let's just check real fast ON and OP just to make sure. There's ON, there's OP. They definitely touch, so it's not that. So the answer was C. Okay, so awesome, guys. This is just a quick review of parallel, perpendicular, and intersecting lines. You guys are awesome. I hope this helped.